The challenges I face are that a large number of our people who are wanting to get involved in this intellectual, yagna, are too emotional. And they are emotionally disturbed. Some of them are emotionally broken. They're looking for refuge. It's almost like they're not going to help Hinduism, Hinduism should help them. Because maybe the guy lost his job, or maybe he's got no problem somewhere, or he's unhappy, he's going through a midlife crisis, he's depressed, so he comes and says, okay, now Hinduism got no barriers to entry. I just go to Kinko's, print a card called Hindu Activist. And I'm a Hindu activist. I just go around and I put out my social media sites, and I can keep recycling ideas here and there, and people will, soon I'll be known as a Hindu activist. There's no barrier to entry, there's no qualifications needed, no certification, there's no ISO standard. There's no standard of, who gets qualified as a Hindu intellectual. You don't have to pay any price for it, don't have to do anything special, you just call yourself one. In fact, if you go to Rishikesh, I think it used to cost 100 rupees, maybe now it costs 500 rupees. You can buy a sadhu kit. They give you two saffron things and some mala and some ghanti gindi and one or two things like that. And you can be out, and in and out, it's like almost like a drive-through. You can be in and out, and in an hour you're a sadhu. And nobody, who's there to stop you? And some people are charlatans who become like that. So we have this openness is great and creative, but it also, in the traditional days, there were safeguards. Because, a guru didn't teach all these things to everybody. You had to qualify. When a new person, we tested to see is even ready for initiation. Not everybody got the knowledge. You see, because it's nowadays it's marketing oriented, market driven, so numbers count. So now every guru wants to give whatever thing he knows, even if he doesn't know it fully well, he wants to market it and have quantitative size of number of people, which is not what Adi Shankara is looking for. He's not looking for quantitative, millions of followers kind of thing. So the quality has suffered, and all kind of quacks can get in, charlatans can get in. So there is this kind of an ecosystem encourages emotionally disturbed people, opportunists, to just get in here because it's an easy place to get in. And I've spent a lot of time, energy, wasted a lot on taking such people at face value. That if the guy comes, he must be real, and so we invest in this person, we do some things with them, and it doesn't work out, and it leaves a lot of anger also sometimes, because the people are not of the required standard. So that's an issue, is the emotional type person and opportunistic type person. And then there's a person who has not gone into the active battlefield, the real Kurukshetra, which means that there are enemies. You can't have a Kurukshetra with only some friends sitting around and drinking mango lassi and enjoying nice talk and all. You have to go where there's real people who hate you, who don't want you there. So you have to have that experience. And if you haven't had that experience, you are not really a leader, intellectual leader. You can be a follower. You can be somebody else's follower, but if you want to lead, you better have had experience facing the enemy. That battlefield experience is rare, and our people are not going out of their way, out of their comfort zone often enough, because it's more comfortable to just sit around and feel good. So this business of feel good. I discovered this phrase wherever I'm going. In India, if I'm making people work hard and saying, okay, look, I got up at 4 in the morning and I'm doing all this, now you guys should do something. Often they come to me and say, sir, wo feel good nahi hoga. They need to be feel good. So now I have to be like daddy to them. Daddy. And in India, I'm now doing a lot in India, so I'm also learning a lot about India stuff. In India, my very solid friends here who gone back in India, settled there, within 3 years, they get into this vocabulary of, acha beta, ab tum ye karo. This beta business. I mean, instead of, okay, we have a deal. I mean, whether it's a cameraman, okay, we are paying you your rate and you have to do this many cameras, this, that, and you have to have your headphones on and you got to do all that. Now, if you're not doing it, I mean, we got a problem. The fellow tells me, aise nahi chalega kaam. It's too professional and you're too American, too corporate. नहीं चलेगा. हम बताते हैं, अच्छा बेटा ऐसे करो, अब ये करो, हाँ बेटा अब ये लगा दो. And so there is a kind of an emotional dependent thing कि हम आपके बेटे हैं, आप डैडी हो, हम आपके पैर छुएंगे. A lot of people want you as mummy or daddy. I'm telling you that. And it is not that they are young people who are your children's age. I'm talking about grown-ups. They are emotionally like they're looking for somebody who will make them feel good. So the currency of transaction to keep a group together is emotional. And you'll find this in the many, I don't want to name them, but many big name Hindu organizations. And even Congress organizations, I mean, even all kind of political organizations, religious organizations, civic organizations are run on this personality cult where there's a father figure, mother figure who has to hug and who has to make them feel good and make them beta type and be nice to them and, emotional management. So another interesting thing is that this emotional management, if you look at certain fields, we are very good and there is no need for emotional management. So for example, cricket. Cricket if you are out, you will be thrown out. Nobody is going to say you are beta because you're a nice guy, we should keep you in the team. Your score matters because the metrics for evaluating you is very clear. It's defined. In the stock market, I mean, the same fellows who are into this beta business, the way they manage their investment manager is very different. They're saying, this guy gave me so much return and I'm going to move money there, and this guy is not as good, So people, when it comes to managing their money, when it comes to some sports, I mean, it's very rough, crude, hard, results-oriented. The producers in Bollywood, I mean, if your two movies in a row fail, you're out. It doesn't matter what a nice guy you are. So why is it that in fields where things are measurable, we Indians are extremely good at optimizing, and we are not into the personality of this fellow? You are not looking very bahut hi kaisa aadmi hai, and the point is he makes me money or he doesn't make me money. If you want a good cardiologist to do surgery, you go for who's got a good record. It's not that he's a nice fellow, he'll tell you some jokes and he's a good fellow and all that. Because there is a certain outcome which is measurable. So I feel that in our kind of work, we have to define some standards of performance, some criteria, and any organization that wants to go to the public and get support should be able to put its milestones, put its criteria, give the donors periodic newsletters, tell them what they are, give all the supporters that this is what we are achieving, this is our goal for the next phase. So otherwise, this business of an emotional collection that we all sort of like each other and feel comfortable with each other is not competitive. It is not competitive. And Indians have a history of being competitive. The first time I got this was we did a series of volumes called History of Science and Technology. We published 14 volumes. We have many more, but we ran out of funds, so we put them on hold. So when we were doing this the volumes on metallurgy, for instance, the first distillation of metal was in India, and the World Metallurgy Association recognizes that. There's a place in Rajasthan. They went and they put a big plaque saying this is where the laboratory and the manufacturing is, where the first distillation of metal, which was zinc, was done. Because this distillation of metal was a very big breakthrough in metallurgy. Now you could make pure alloys. You could control the exact properties of an alloy, rather than alloys found in nature, which are not, you cannot make them on a scale. So this was a huge breakthrough. And when you look at this technology, several things become important. One is, there are people who are today classified scheduled caste. And they were the technocrats of that time. So whatever happened, at that time they had a big economy for them. They were doing something. They were exporting. There's a huge amount of export data. They were exporting these products at that time, metallurgy products. And then another thing that comes out very clearly, that they were very competitive. There was this one guy doing it on a certain way, certain technology, and this other fellow beating it, coming up with a better algorithm or a better procedure. So you see this in many fields, whether it's mathematics, whether it's metallurgy, whether it's medicine, you see that competitiveness is not alien to India. So when I talk about let's be competitive, people say, but that's not Indian, you're becoming too American and all that. The point is, it is Indian. Indians were very competitive as traders, going to the sea routes, were very competitive as traders, very competitive in farming. So this idea of improving, making progress is not something that the West is teaching us. This has been there. We are not frozen in time that everything was written in the Rig Veda and we never went beyond that. That's not the case. So to make ourselves relevant, competitive, consequential, game-changing, just to sum up, and then I'd love to take any questions you have, we need to make a robust intellectual framework a school of thought, as a curriculum that can be taught. I'm creating one which at the first level will be a one-semester course. So you'll get a Swadeshi school of thought, one-semester course, and then there'll be electives. You can specialize in this thing, and go deeper. And I'm developing some of these. And those of you who are interested in helping in some very concrete way should come and join the Yagna. Approach me, write to me an email, and we can talk how you can fit in. Then this robust school of thought has to be taught to a lot of people. We have to take these people on the road show, give them experience in debating and arguing. So with that, I will conclude. And I want to tell you that Waves is a very special group for me because I've been involved in it since the 90s, since the very first time when Bhudev Sharma started it long ago. And we were there in it, helping him, and we are still involved. But I'll tell you that in its new incarnation, the avatar is Shashi Kejriwal ji and a few other people, and they have really participated. And you know, I don't usually say this, but I will tell you, we lack good, solid leaders. We do lack the intellectual who write scholars and all that stuff, and we are trying to do that part of it. But we also need like management training of leaderships who are tough people, who can think strategically, who are very intelligent, who can be with people, people-oriented skills, budgeting skills, fundraising skills. All of those things for institution management are very rare. So if there is a certain type of person that I would pick and say we need to clone him, it would be Shashi Kejriwal type of people we need to have. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here and also hit the bell icon to make sure you get notified. To donate, please click this button.